Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. I've, by happenstance, had watched a series of videos by other expats living in China, in which case they tell their stories and talk about why they're in China and why they do the video blogging. And I thought maybe I'd do a real short one on me. Obviously, I can't talk about what I did for the government, and obviously I can't talk about the role that I have right now, which is one of a retired gentleman. Many of you will probably find it particularly boring. So I'm not as exciting as these 20-somethings who just got out of college or are bicycling around China or getting in a van and cruising around and talking to people. I'm just not that interesting. The first time I came to China was in the early 1990s. Probably 1992, might have been as early as 1991. At that time, I started moving factories and working on joint ventures, American companies with Chinese companies. That's what I did. And I continued to do that over the remaining decades. And over time, I spent more and more time in China and fell in love with the culture and the people. Because, after all, it reminded me of the United States in so many ways. The good parts of the United States. It was like 1950s, 1960s. It's just a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a sense of civic duty, clean streets, nice living areas. And so it appealed to me. And a bunch of things happened in my life. Eventually, I got married and bought a house in Shenzhen. And eventually, I decided to stay. And now it's been quite some time since I've been back to the United States. While I left China for a couple of stints here and there for various reasons, you might say that it's been, if you were to put when I bought my house in Shenzhen as the benchmark of living here, once I established property here, you would say that I've been here almost 20 years. So I'm an older guy. I'm in my 60s. And I'm just retired. I'm a retired gentleman. And I write about what I did for the government. Not that it was any cloak and dagger stuff and spy versus spy or anything like that. I was just a technology wonk who had a role doing stuff. And then my day face, which is factories and trade and transport. And that's kind of who I am and everything. And so if you want to know more about me, I've got complete autobiographies on the webpage. So that's fine. I don't really want to talk about myself. And besides, I think you guys would find it particularly boring. Because you know what? We all have stories, right? We've all got stories. We've had dogs and cats, good marriages and bad marriages, worked for tyrannical bosses, and then had jobs that we would just absolutely thrived in. We all have these stories. I'm no exception. And in immersed and interspersed between all these stories or other adventures, I think many of you out here are watching this stuff have your own adventures. And I think maybe, what's to stop you from filming where you live? Say, you know what? This is the fishing hole that I really like a lot. Doesn't seem like much, but man, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Just go ahead and talk about the things that matter to you. That's what's really important. That's what really matters in life. And that's what I'm kind of doing. The things that really matter to me. And in this way, I can convey thoughts and attitudes that you all can understand. And in that way, you yourself can make videos of things that matter to you, that others can understand. And it doesn't matter what it is. Getting hold of a clunker at a car auction and fixing it up. Telling your trials. You may think, oh God, it's not worth it. But I don't know. I would find it really interesting. Those of you who have cats and kitties, and that's a world of stories and adventure, I'll tell you what. And those of you who cook, man, why not? Bring a couple of videos of some of your dishes. Why not? All it takes is your cell phone, which I'm sure you have, and just start doing it. It'll get better over time, and you can tell your story and your own unique situation and how it matters to you, and how in your own way you can convey information and create a small community, one that others can share their interests along with yours. You all will notice that Metallic Man is not a China-only blog, video blog or anything. It's about many, many things because I have a diverse interest. And I think that you all have diverse interests as well. So what's stopping you? What's really stopping you from creating these environments that you can navigate through and talk about? There's nothing that's really stopping you. So what you do is you just go ahead and you just do it. The means are at your fingertips. Might even become addictive for you. Now, for me, to begin this, for 3 or 4 years, I had Metallic Man, and I had a long learning curve on how to learn how to create a blog, then set up a blog, and then do SEO, and then I had to do image editing and learned all kinds of stuff, and then learned how to embed things. Then I learned on setting up a forum, and then I learned how to set up podcasts. It's all a learning exercise. And for video, it's the same thing. You need to learn how to make videos and how to adjust the right lighting and what works and what doesn't work. It's still a learning process. It's not you just click a button and it happens. You click a button and you'll have something, but to perfect it, it takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of effort. And that's true with everything, don't you think? The cost-benefit analysis for this is very meager. So if you think that you're going to read some article that says you too can become a millionaire by doing this, don't believe it. It's bullshit, okay? You won't make much money, if anything. You might be able to get some patrons if you have some good quality subjects which I am considering doing. It's taken up a lot of my time doing the web page and doing the videos, and I'm seeing nothing for it. I got in the last 6 months I had 3 donations, all under $20. It's not really cost beneficial for me. So I need to up my game, and I need to change the system. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start making some movies on Patreon, higher quality movies about affirmations and worldline travel. And that's something I'm musing about. It will be a for-profit venture. Meanwhile, I'll keep Metallic Man alive, because people who cannot afford to be a patron can still get the information that they need to live through life for free. And those that want more information will have to pay for it. And that's a model I think that I will need to do, because everything costs money. Everything takes time and costs money, unfortunately. Certainly, if you go to a barber to get your hair cut, you're not going to say, okay, that's it. Thanks for this cut. If I like it, I'll pay you later on. No, that's not kind of how it works, guys. You get the haircut, you got to pay for it. You get 2 eggs and bacon and toast, you got to pay for it. You want a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you got to pay for it. And that's the harsh reality in this life, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to migrate towards that. And as far as the subject matter, well, guys, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't really talked about. But it doesn't seem like I talked about. It seems like I talked about everything, huh? But this other stuff here is going to be a little bit more juicier, a little bit more spicier, a little bit more delicious, and that's where I'm migrating towards. Those are my thoughts, guys. So, while I started doing what I did, I have the website up, got a couple of books out, explains everything. It's attracted various people to check things out. It's probably time for me to migrate towards other venues, and these will be more for-profit venues. Out of necessity. And that, guys, is just my thoughts on where I'm at, where I came from, and where I'm going. And at that, guys, please remember, I believe in you.